Hey guys, welcome to Hardware Connect's Tech Bites, where we're going to be taking a look at a new series of gaming case from Antec. Now, it's been a while since the company has come out with something new, with the 900 and 1200 designs sort of being recycled over the past few years. Anyways, we have the DF85, part of their new Dark Fleet series, and we're going to be taking a look at the exterior, giving you our impressions on the exterior, as well as taking a look at some of the interior features and giving you our feedback. So stay tuned. Alright, so this is by no means an official Hardware Connect's video review on this case, and unfortunately I don't think we'll actually be able to do one. However, we're going to take a quick spin around the outside, open it up, look at some of the features on the inside to hopefully give you guys a little better idea about what this case is all about. So just by looking at the front here, you can tell that Antec went a little bit wild. Yeah, wild with the design. Over the CD-ROM drive bays here, we have these little latches. Now, I can see this being ridiculously annoying if you're trying to eject your CDs and stuff and having these over the top. Up at the top, we have a reset button. There are 3 USB ports as well as USB 3. We'll take a look at that connector in a bit. Audio ports and then the power port. Now, this is also cool up at the top. I'm just going to move the camera. Is we have this, which is a 2.5-inch adapter. Now, we saw something like this on the 692 from Cooler Master. This is a little bit different though. It's fully enclosed, it's got plastic over top, and you slide the 2.5-inch drive in there, and it is going to be hot swappable and all that fun stuff. So, setting stuff back down. Moving down, what you'll see here is there is 1, 2, 3 front 120mm fans, and you'll also notice that all of them on the side here have controls. Now, I believe, again, we'll see that when we open it up, that this front piece actually completely opens up so you can install all of your hard drives from the front. Alright, really quickly at the side we have a side window, as well as down below here a 120mm fan, intake port or external. On the back, what you'll see is we have control for 4 different fans. You can go high, medium, or low settings with the included Antec fans. There are 2 rear 120mm fans, the I/O area. There are 7 PCI expansion slots. We have the tubing holes for water cooling, and then a bottom-mounted power supply. And then we'll spin it around again to the side, just a blank side panel, and we are back at the interesting-looking front. And then quickly, before we take a look inside, there are 2 120mm exhaust fans at the top. Alright, so we will just open it up from the side here and take a look at the interior. So starting down at the bottom, you'll notice the power supply is raised on these little rubber feet here. And then moving to the front, you have this hot swappable module here, which we'll actually see another one of. In total, for drive bays, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in terms of 3.5-inch drive bays. There's the second hot swap module there. As well, you have the 3 5.25-inch drive bays up at the top. Now, a lot of people debate about how many 5.25s you need. It's my belief that 4 or 5 is usually a good bet. You have 1 for CD-ROM, 1 for a Blu-ray drive or something to that effect. You have 1 for a fan controller, and usually I like to budget 1 or 2 for a fan controller, and maybe 1 extra. So 3 may be a little on the slim side. Moving into the back, you have the 2 exhaust fans with these really cool red fins, and they are red LEDs as well. We have the 7 PCI slots, and we're just going to take a quick look. I know it may be a little hard to see if we can get a good light there, but actually in the back there are a whole bunch of holes. We have this for the CPU backplate, and we have openings all along the motherboard tray for wires to run. And there's actually a fair bit of room inside of them, sitting probably about 1 inch in between the back panel and the motherboard tray, so you'll be able to run a lot of stuff up there. Up at the top here, again, more holes through the motherboard tray in order to run wires. Again, we have the two top 120mm fans, and I'm just going to pull out the cables here for the front panel. It's all your usual standard stuff. This, though, is the USB 3 connection. Right now, you're not going to be able to find a USB 3 header on pretty much any motherboard. So this, along with other cases that support USB 3, you'll have to plug it into one of the I/O things on the back of the motherboard itself. This is probably the coolest thing on this case. We have this little latch here. which when it's in the open position, we're going to be able to spin around to the front, again to those intake ports. We clip these off, and there we have access to the hard drive bays, so we can slide in a new hard drive. Or if you want to change up the fan, or check this out, we can pull this little tab up, and voila, dust filters. Take them out, clean them, wash them off, do what you want, and then slide them right back in. Well, not like that, more like that. Slide them right back in. There you go, done. So we have a bit of an interesting case here with the DF85. It has things that you know and expect from Antec. They have a relatively minimal use of plastic just on the front. The rest is a relatively solid construction of all metal. The other great thing is the airflow. There's 3 fans at the front. You have the 4 exhaust fans with the 2 at the back and the 2 at the top. Now, the only thing that's kind of questionable about this is probably the look. They've sort of gone with the industrial look that Cooler Master pioneered with their half series. And unfortunately, I'd say that Cooler Master probably does it best. The other thing is the price. The DF85 goes for between $175 and $190. So it's in the high end of the chassis market where it's really got a lot of competition. And that has been a Hardware Connects Tech Bite on the Antec Dark Fleet DF85 case. We'll see you next time.